Welcome to day 22 of How to Automate Your Law Firm in 90 Days. I am Shay Jackson, your AI automation specialist. This is part two of the client lead form automation with Airtable. I will have a link up top so that you can take a look at part one and come on back to this video. Now that we've set up our Airtable, this video will show how you can create a condition to check and see if that potential client has already filled out a form before. And then after that, what steps we're going to take if they are completely new or they've completed the form again. Let's dive in. Let's get started. I am in my client lead base in Airtable. As I mentioned, this is part two. There is a part one that would help you understand the steps we're about to take. Now, what I'm going to do, this is my grid view. And one of the things I did want to mention is I changed the field description or the field name. Yesterday, I had it as auto number or just number. I can't remember, but I changed this to client ID because I can actually use this. And I think it would be a better name for the field in case I want to link other records to this field. Okay. Here is my client lead form, and this is what I'm going to use in order to create a new contact. Now, as I mentioned yesterday, this can be a link because you can share the form. I'm just going to open it, but you can share it on your social media platform. If you know how you have on your website, you have a contact us, you can input it there anywhere so that you can capture leads. I'm going to enter a lead, so I'm going to put in Jerry Mouse. I am Jerry at gmail.com. And I'm going to put my phone number, 902-555-1212. My zip code, we're making something up. Date of injury, we're going to say the 9th, and we're going to ask Jerry what happened. My neighbor Tom bit my ear. Submit. Now, when we go back to Airtable, and I just as a refresher, the reason why you can see this part where it says the Airtable advertisement is because we are in the free plan. In the team plan, we have the ability to take this off, and it will look more personalized and aligned with our brand, okay, your law firm's brand. So I'm going to go to the grid view, and here it is. I can confirm that my contact was completed in my grid view. Okay. And that's one of the things that I talked about yesterday with Google Sheets and Google Forms. We had to have one app for Google Forms and then another app for Google Sheets. But here it's all in one base, which is great. The next thing we're going to do, since I filled out my client lead form, we are going to create a scenario in Make. So I'm going to name my scenario client lead form Airtable. And you wouldn't have to put Airtable in yours. I just put it because I create a lot of automations, and as descriptive as I can be, the better. For instance, I could create a client lead form using Google Sheets, and here I have one for Airtable, and I just want to make sure it's easy for me to distinguish which one I'm working with, okay, what the scenario or workflow automation is. So what I'm going to do is I am going to add Airtable, and I am going to watch for records. I want to see if there is a new record. Here I'm going to put in my base, And just as a friendly reminder, this is my base, similar to your table in Google Sheets. Okay, and the base in Airtable is the container for all of your tables or spreadsheets that you have. And you notice this says table one because when I go back after I click, I'm going to click my base, then it'll ask me for which table, and it is table one. Okay, my trigger field is my initial contact. And here I'm going to go back to Airtable to show you because I know you can't see it in this view. Here is my initial contact. And the way we set it up yesterday is the created time. Basically, whenever the form is completed, we are going to capture that date. Going back, label field, and we're going to use our client ID as our label field. And since we're just running one test, we're going to take that out and we're just going to put one. And we are going to choose, and it's asking which view. And here you see this is the grid view and also the client lead form view. We want the grid view. Scoot that over some. All right, there we go. We are looking at the grid view. Okay, we're going to click save, and we're going to choose manually because I want to choose where we start, and we're just going to start with one and we're going to save it. Okay, now once I see that a new record is added, what I want to do is I am going to send a message to my team in Slack. I want to create a message, and here is asking for the channel ID or name. I'm going to click the drop down and select from the list. It's a public channel, and what the public channel name is, new leads. And here is my Slack channel for you to see the new leads. I'm going to copy this so I can use it as a template for what I want my message to be. So going back over where it says text, I am going to place plain text and delete this information out so that I can put in my different headings. Okay, so for first name, we're going to put first name, and you see that it's pulsating to the left. And I know we only have 2 apps right now, but if you had more, like more than one Airtable, more than one Slack, or whatever application, I like the fact that Make allows you to see where you're pulling the information from by allowing it to pulsate. Okay, phone number, date of entry, describe entry. Okay. Now I also want to add and send a text to the new lead, thanking them for reaching out and that a team member will be back with them shortly. Okay, send a message from a phone number. One of the things that I mentioned in it was the fourth part 4 of client lead from forms with Google Sheets. Unfortunately, I can't validate that it will send a text because I'm still under A2P. Before you send a text now, you have to submit what phone number. So I had to submit the phone number, and then it's under review so that they can approve me being able to send out SMS messages. So I can't validate this, but I am going to go through the walkthrough because if you have validated your A2P, then you can go ahead and you could send an SMS message automatically. Okay, who are we going to send it to? We're sending it to the phone number, create a body, and we're going to say thank you, and we're going to put the first name. That's why I mentioned yesterday us parsing out, instead of putting full name, I'll put first name and last name, just with being able to send automated communications. Usually you don't send the full name. You don't say hello John Davis, right? You'll say hello John. That way it seems more personalized and it's not so robotic. So that's a little hack. Oh, thank you, John. First name for contacting ABC Law Firm. One of our team members will be reaching out to you shortly. Have a great day. Okay. And what's good about this automation is, for when we set it up in Slack for that new lead, whoever reaches out to this new potential client, they're able to already have the information about their injury and when it happened. So that is pretty good. Okay, I am going to save this. Now, let's run it. Let me make sure that I put where I need to start. Oh, I didn't. I'm going to choose. Did I choose manually? Okay, there we go. We're going to choose that one. Here's our new lead, Jerry. Jerry the mouse. We're going to run it. And it may throw an error for Twilio because I don't have a number connected. I'm not sure. But we're going to run it. Oh, yeah. See, it did. It threw a message, which is okay. But the one bubbles shows that it did. So when I look at Slack, here I see Jerry Mouse, my neighbor Tom bit my ear, and we are successful. That is it for creating a client lead automation using Airtable. If you have any questions about Make.com, automations, AI automations, Airtable, there will be a link in the description box where you can schedule a free 30-minute consultation. I am Shay Jackson, your AI automation specialist. Have a great day.